As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to cast aside all notions of limitation, all beliefs of scarcity, and all fears that have held you in their grip. For in this moment, and in every moment hereafter, you possess the divine ability to compress eternity into the present instant. You are, in essence, the master of time itself. Consider, if you will, the nature of time. What is it truly? Is it the relentless ticking of the clock, the steady march of seconds, minutes, and hours? Or is it something far more fluid, far more malleable than we have been led to believe? I tell you now with absolute certainty that time is nothing more than a construct of consciousness, a canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. When you act as if you have no time left, you are not surrendering to a finite existence. Rather, you are claiming your birthright as an infinite being, capable of transcending the illusion of linear time. You are stepping into the eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where your deepest desires are already fulfilled. Let us pause for a moment and truly contemplate this idea. Close your eyes, if you will, and imagine that this very instant is all you have. Feel the weight of that realization settle upon you. Now ask yourself, if this were truly my last moment, what would I do? How would I feel? What truths would I speak? What love would I express? As you sit there, eyes closed, fully immersed in the reality of this eternal now, you are tapping into the infinite power of your imagination. You are, at this very moment, breaking free from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. For what is imagination if not the very substance of eternity? The evidence of reality is not yet seen in the world of Caesar. Now open your eyes and look around you. The world may appear unchanged, but I assure you a profound shift has occurred within you. You have, for a brief moment, lived in the compression of time. You have experienced the intensity and clarity that comes when we shed the illusion of endless tomorrows. But let us not be content with mere glimpses of this timeless state. The art of acting as if you have no time left requires consistent practice, unwavering focus, and a willingness to live with an intensity that may at first seem overwhelming. It demands that you maintain the urgency of your last moment, not just in quiet contemplation, but in every waking instant of your day. Imagine, if you will, a man who truly understands that his time is limited. He does not procrastinate. He does not waste precious moments on trivial matters. He speaks his truth boldly, loves deeply, creates passionately. How does this man carry himself? How does he interact with others? How does he approach his goals and dreams? This man, my friends, moves through the world with a sense of purpose that is palpable. He does not wait for the right time to pursue his passions. He understands that now is the only time there is. He does not hold back his love or his forgiveness, for he knows that each interaction could be his last. He creates with abandon, pouring his entire being into his work, for he understands that his creations are his legacy. This man is not living in fear of death. On the contrary, he is more alive than ever before. By embracing the finite nature of his physical existence, he has tapped into the infinite nature of his consciousness. He has compressed eternity into each moment, and in doing so, he has discovered the secret to truly living. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Wayne, if I act as if I have no time left, won't I become anxious or desperate? Won't I neglect my responsibilities in a mad rush to live life to the fullest? These are natural concerns born from a misunderstanding of what it truly means to live as if you have no time left. You see, acting as if you have no time left is not about frantically trying to cram a lifetime of experiences into each day. It's not about neglecting your duties or living recklessly. It's about bringing a new level of awareness, of presence to each moment of your life. It's about recognizing the preciousness of time and using it wisely in alignment with your highest purpose. When you truly embody the state of timelessness, you find that you naturally prioritize what's truly important. You stop putting off your dreams for some mythical future date. You cease engaging in petty conflicts or holding on to grudges. You begin to live from your highest self, expressing your divine nature in each thought, word, and deed. Consider the words of Scripture, "Be I therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." This is not a command to achieve some impossible standard of behavior. It is an invitation to recognize your true nature, your oneness with the divine. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming this divine perfection in the eternal now. But how, you may ask, does one begin this practice? How does one act as if they have no time left in a world that seems designed to distract and delay? The answer, my dear friends, lies in the power of your wonderful human imagination. Your imagination is the very bridge between time and eternity, the tool by which you can collapse life into moments. Begin by selecting a scene, a short, simple scene, that embodies the life you would live if you truly had no time left. Perhaps it's a scene of you boldly declaring your love to someone you've admired from afar. Maybe it's the feeling of satisfaction as you put the final touches on your life's work. Or it could be the peace you feel as you forgive someone who has wronged you, knowing that life is too short for resentment. Now enter that scene in your imagination. Do not merely visualize it as if watching a movie. Step into it. Be the protagonist in this drama of your creation. Feel the urgency, the clarity, the aliveness that comes with knowing this could be your final act. Make it as real and as vivid as you possibly can. And most importantly, feel the emotion, the intensity, the passion, the love that this compressed moment brings you. Repeat this imaginal act night after night, day after day. Let it be the last thing you experience before drifting off to sleep and the first thing you return to upon waking. Live in this state as often as you can, for in doing so you are collapsing time. You are acting as if you have no time left. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice profound shifts in your outer world. You may find yourself naturally taking bold actions that you previously would have postponed. You may notice a new depth in your relationships as you express your true feelings without hesitation. You may discover wells of creativity and productivity that you never knew you possessed. These changes, my friends, are not coincidences. They are the natural result of your shift in consciousness. They are the physical manifestation of your new understanding of time and your place within it. Do not question them. Do not doubt them. Simply accept them with gratitude, knowing that they are confirmation of the truth you have accepted in your imagination. But what of those moments when the old habits of procrastination and delay creep back in? What of those times when the world of Caesar seems to demand that you put off your dreams, that you wait for a breeze? This, beloved, is where your resolve is tested and strengthened. Remember, the outer world is a shadow, a reflection of past states of consciousness. It takes time for the shadow to fully align with your new state of being. During this period of transition, you must stand firm in your conviction. You must persist in your assumption that now is the only time you have to. When you feel yourself slipping back into old patterns, do not fight it. Do not resist it. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and then gently return to the feeling of timeless urgency. Remind yourself that your imagination is the reality and that the world of Caesar must conform to it in due time. For it is written, the vision has its own appointed hour, it ripens, it will flower. If it be long, then wait, for it is sure and it will not be late. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you will find that your entire being begins to shift. Your thoughts naturally align with purposeful action. Your words carry the weight of truth and immediacy. Your actions spring from a place of clarity and conviction. You no longer wait for the perfect moment. You create perfection in each moment. This, my dear friends, is the art and science of living in the eternal now. It is the method by which you can transcend the limitations of linear time and step into the fullness of your divine nature. It is not a denial of death, but a profound affirmation of life. It is the practical application of the eternal power that resides within you, the power that is your divine birthright. As we delve deeper into this practice, let us consider the nature of reality itself. In the world of Caesar, reality appears fixed and unyielding, a solid construct that we must navigate with caution. But in the realm of imagination, in the kingdom of God within you, reality is fluid. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously, and you have the power to select the reality you wish to experience. When you act as if you have no time left, you are essentially stepping out of the illusion of fixed reality and into the fluid reality of imagination. You are selecting from the infinite possibilities that exist, the reality that aligns with your highest self. And as you dwell in that reality in your imagination, compressing eternity into each moment, you draw it into your physical experience. Consider the words of Scripture, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall all be changed. This is not a prophecy about some future event. It is a profound truth about the nature of consciousness. In the instant that you shift your awareness, in the moment that you decide to live, as if you have no time left, you are changed. And as you change the world around, you must change to reflect your new state of being. But my beloved listeners, I must caution you. This power is not to be used frivolously or for the harm of others. For in harming others, you only harm yourself. Remember, in the timeless reality of your true self, there is no other. We are all one, all expressions of the same divine consciousness. Therefore, use this power wisely for the betterment of all. As you practice acting as if you have no time left, you may find that your priorities begin to shift. What once seemed important may lose its urgency. What you thought you wanted may pale in comparison to the deep callings of your soul that now demand expression. This is natural and beautiful. It is a sign of your expanding consciousness, your growing awareness of what truly matters in the eternal now. Embrace these shifts. Allow your imagination to soar beyond the confines of your current desires. For in truth, the ultimate aim of this practice is not merely to accomplish more in less time, but to fully realize your oneness with the divine. It is to know beyond all doubt that you are an eternal being having a temporary human experience, that you are limitless, that you are, in essence, God expressing itself as you. Now, let us address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should abandon all long-term planning? Should I disregard the future entirely? The answer, my friends, is both yes and no. You see, abandoning long-term planning in the conventional sense is not the same as acting as if you have no time left. To truly embody this state requires a shift in consciousness so profound that your relationship with the future itself is transformed. You do not ignore the future, you bring it into the present through the power of your imagination. Imagine, if you will, a great artist working on their masterpiece. They do not fret about whether they will finish the work. They do not constantly check the clock or worry about running out of work time. They are fully immersed in the act of creation, bringing their entire being into each brushstroke. Yet, at the same time, they hold the vision of the completed work in their imagination. This is how you must approach your life when you act as if you have no time left. You bring the full force of your being into each moment while simultaneously holding the vision of your fulfilled desires in your imagination. You do not work towards your goals. You live from the state of their fulfillment now. As you practice this, you will find that your relationship with time itself begins to change. What once felt like a limited resource to be carefully rationed now becomes an abundant wellspring of possibility, for you understand that in the eternal now, there is time for everything that truly matters. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about cramming more activities into each day. It is about bringing more life into each moment. It is about understanding that the fullness of existence is available to you here and now, if only you have the courage to claim it. Now, let us delve deeper into the practical aspects of this practice. How does one maintain this state of timeless urgency throughout the day amidst the demands and distractions of daily life? The key lies in cultivating a new habit of thought, a new way of perceiving and interacting with the world around you. Begin each day by immersing yourself in the feeling of timelessness. Before you open your eyes in the morning, spend a few moments in the eternal now, feeling the urgency and aliveness that comes from knowing this day could be your last. Let this feeling permeate your entire being so that you carry it with you as you rise and begin your day. As you go about your daily activities, continuously remind yourself of the preciousness of each moment. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, if this were my last day on earth, what would I choose? This simple question can shift your perspective dramatically, allowing you to approach situations from a place of clarity and purpose rather than habit or fear. Practice gratitude for each moment, not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance. Be thankful not for what you hope to experience in the future, but for what you are experiencing now. This attitude of gratitude aligns you with the frequency of the eternal now, drawing more reasons to be grateful into your life. Watch your words carefully, for they are powerful creators. Speak as if each word could be your last. Eliminate phrases of postponement or delay from your vocabulary. Instead of saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," say, "I choose to do this now." Instead of saying, "I'm waiting for the right time," say, "Now is the right thing." Choose them as if they were your last. In your interactions with others, bring a new level of presence and authenticity. Listen as if it were the last time you would hear their voice. Speak your truth as if it were your final opportunity to do so. Love as if this moment were all you had, for in truth, this moment is all you ever have. When you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of procrastination or delay, do not break yourself. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and gently guide your consciousness back to the state of timeless urgency. Remember, this is a practice. Like any skill, it takes time and patience to master. Be kind to yourself as you learn and grow. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your perception of the world. What once seemed like obstacles become opportunities for growth and expression. What once caused you anxiety is now met with calm resolve. You will find yourself naturally taking inspired action, effortlessly moving towards the realization of your deepest desires. But here, my beloved listeners, is where many stumble. As they begin to see the fruits of their new state of consciousness manifesting in the physical world, they become excited and impatient. They start to wonder how much time it will take for their desires to fully manifest. They look for signs and try to figure out the how and when of their manifestations. In doing so, they slip out of the timeless now and back into the linear thinking of past and future. This is a crucial point in your journey. When you begin to see your life transforming, when you notice the world rearranging itself to accommodate your new reality, you must hold steady in your assumption. Do not be moved by appearances. Do not try to figure out how or when your desire will manifest. Simply continue to live from the state of timeless urgency, knowing with unshakable faith that what you have imagined must come to pass. Remember the words of Scripture, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Your faith, your absolute knowing that now is the only time there is the very substance that brings your desires into physical manifestation. It is the evidence of the unseen reality that exists in your imagination. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you may find that your relationship with desire itself begins to change. You may discover that the joy you sought in the fulfillment of your desires was available to you all along. For in truth, the state of timeless urgency is not about frantically chasing after experiences. It is a state of consciousness, a way of being in the world. When you truly embody this state, you realize that there is nothing to seek, nothing to strive for. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now, waiting to be expressed. This realization brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. You no longer postpone your joy, for you know that joy is the very essence of your being, available in each eternal moment. This, my dear friends, is the ultimate freedom. It is the state of being that all spiritual teachings point towards. It is the kingdom of heaven that is within you. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming your rightful place in this kingdom. You are acknowledging your oneness with the divine, your role as a co-creator of reality. But let us be clear, this state of consciousness does not mean that you become reckless or irresponsible. On the contrary, when you act as if you have no time left, you become more responsible, more intentional in your choices. You become acutely aware of the impact of your thoughts, words, and actions. You understand that each moment is an opportunity to express your highest self, to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. As we near the end of our time together, I want to address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should never rest or take time for self-care? The answer, my beloved, is that rest and self-care take on a new meaning when you live from this state of consciousness. You see, when you act as if you have no time left, your rest becomes more restful, your self-care more nurturing. For you understand the preciousness of these moments. You don't rest out of exhaustion or escape, but out of a deep honoring of your being. You don't engage your self-care out of obligation or fear, but out of love for the divine expression that you are. In this state, you may find that you accomplish more than you ever thought possible, yet with less struggle and strain. For you are no longer pushing against the current of life, but flowing with it. You are no longer trying to make things happen in some imagined future, but allowing them to unfold naturally in the eternal now. And so, my dear friends, as we conclude this exploration of acting as if you have no time left, I urge you to take this practice into your daily life. Begin now in this very moment to live from the state of timeless urgency. Feel the aliveness, the clarity, the love that comes from knowing that now is all you have. Remember, this is not about living in fear of death. It is about embracing the fullness of life. It is about aligning yourself with the deepest truth of your being. It is about claiming your divine inheritance as an eternal being expressing itself in time. As you leave this place and return to your daily lives, carry with you the knowledge that now is the only time there is. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions. Let it transform your perception of the world and your place in it. For in truth, you are not separate from the world. You are the world experiencing itself through your unique perspective. Act as if you have no time left and watch as your life takes on a new depth and richness. Live from the eternal now and see how your path unfolds before you with grace and ease. Be the person who compresses eternity into each moment and discover that you have always been that person waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. Go forth, my beloved, and create the life you desire, for you are the operant power. You are the divine made flesh. You are the creator of your reality. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now. Claim it, live it, and always remember the world is yourself pushed out. As you transform your inner world, your outer world must follow. This is the law. This is the promise. This is the truth that sets you free. In closing, I leave you with this thought. Each breath you take is both your first and your last. Each moment is a beginning and an ending. In this paradox lies the secret of eternal life. For when you fully embrace the finite nature of your physical existence, you tap into the infinite nature of your consciousness. Live as if you have no time left, and you will discover that you have all the time in the world. For in the eternal now, time ceases to be a limitation and becomes a canvas for your creative expression. Thank you, my dear friends, for your attention and your willingness to explore these profound truths. May you go forth in the knowing that you are loved, that you are powerful beyond measure, and that now is the only time there is. For you are, in truth, the eternal expressed in time. God bless you all. Imagine yourself seated in a grand auditorium, the air thick with anticipation, the lights dim, and a spotlight illuminates the stage. As I step into view, I'm honored to know that what you are about to hear has the power to transform your life in ways you've never dreamed possible. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the depths of your imagination, where the seeds of your desires are already taking root. Our topic this evening is one of profound importance. Act as if you have what you want. These words may seem simple, but within them lies the key to unlocking the infinite potential that resides within each and every one of you. As we delve into this transformative concept, I want you to open your minds and hearts to the possibilities that await you. Let us begin by understanding the fundamental truth that underlays all of creation. Imagination creates reality. This is not merely a fanciful notion, but a law as immutable as gravity itself. Your imagination is the God-given power that shapes your world, and it is through this divine gift that you can bring forth the life you desire. When I say act as if you have what you want, I am not advocating for mere pretense or empty gestures. No, my friends, I am inviting you to engage in a profound spiritual exercise that will align your entire being with the reality you wish to experience. This act is not one of deception, but of faith in the power of your imagination to manifest your desires into the tangible world. Consider for a moment the things you desire most in life. Perhaps it's a loving relationship, financial abundance, perfect health, or a fulfilling career. Whatever it may be, I want you to close your eyes now and imagine yourself already in possession of that desire. Feel the emotions that accompany this state of fulfillment. Experience the joy, the gratitude, the sense of accomplishment that comes with having achieved your heart's desire. As you engage in this imaginative act, you are tapping into the very essence of creation. You are aligning yourself with the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. This is the power that moves mountains, that parts seas, that brings forth life from the void. And it is this same power that resides within you, waiting to be awakened and directed towards your deepest aspirations. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Wayne, how can I act as if I have something when my current reality shows me the opposite? This, my dear friends, is where faith comes into play. Faith is a blind belief in something unseen. It is the evidence of things not yet manifested in the physical world. It is the unwavering conviction that what you have imagined is already a reality in the spiritual realm, waiting to be expressed in the material world. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, I found myself in New York City, far from my home in Barbados, with value paid to my name. I longed to return home to feel the warm Caribbean sun on my face and the soft sand beneath my feet. But I had no means to make this journey. Instead of succumbing to despair, I chose to act as if I were already home. Each night, as I lay in my tranquil New York apartment, I would close my eyes and imagine myself lying in my bed in Barbados. I felt the gentle iron breeze caressing my skin, heard the rustling of palm fronds outside my window, and smelled the salt air drifting in from the sea. I lived in this imaginal state with such intensity that it became more real to me than my physical surroundings. And do you know what happened, my friends? Within a matter of weeks, I received a letter from my brother containing the funds necessary for my passage home. The very thing I had imagined had manifested in my reality. This is the power that lies within each of you. The ability to shape your world through the power of your imagination is not reserved or select few. It is your birthright as a child of God. When you act as if you have what you want, you are exercising this divine power. Bringing forth your desires from the realm of potential into the world are the actual. Now let us delve deeper into the mechanics of this transformative practice. When I speak of acting as if you have what you want, I am not suggesting that you engage in empty physical actions or pretend to others that you possess something you do not. No, the act one speak of internal one, a shift in consciousness that aligns your entire being with the state of fulfillment you desire. Imagine, if you will, a man who desires to be wealthy. He may go about his day pretending to be rich, spending money he doesn't have, and putting on airs of affluence. But this is not the act one I'm advocating. Instead, I urge this man to enter into the state of wealth in his imagination, to feel the sense of security, the freedom, the joy that comes with true abundance. To experience in the theater of his mind the sensation of writing large checks for charitable causes, of providing for his loved ones without worry, of engaging in business ventures with confidence and ease. As he dwells in this state, feeling it to be real, he begins to think, feel, and act from this new understanding of himself. His decisions, his attitude, his very way of moving through the world begins to shift. And as he persists in this new state of consciousness, the outer world must reshape itself to match his inner experience. This, my friends, is the true meaning of acting as if you have what you want. It is a concrete assumption of the state of consciousness that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. It is a total commitment to the reality of your imagined state, to the exclusion of all evidence to the contrary presented by your senses. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Wayne, how long must I persist in this state before I see results? To this I say, do not concern yourself with time. Time is a construct of the mortal mind, but in the realm of spirit, where all creation takes place, there is only the eternal now. Your task is not to worry about when your desire will manifest, but to live so completely in the end result that you feel as though it has already come to pass. Let me illustrate this with another example. Suppose you desire a loving, harmonious relationship. Instead of focusing on the absence of such a relationship in your life or frantically searching for a partner, I urge you to enter fully into the state of being in that perfect relationship. As you lie in bed at night, feel the warmth of your imagined partner beside you. Experience, though I've shared laughter, the comfort of mutual understanding, the deep sense of connection that comes with true love. Live in this state with such conviction that when you open your eyes, you are Christ to find yourself alone. Carry the feeling of this loving relationship with you throughout your day. Let it inform your interactions, your decision, your very way of being in the world. As you do this, you will find that your outer world begins to rearrange itself to accommodate this new state of consciousness. People will respond to you differently, drawn to the love and fulfillment that radiates from you. Opportunities for connection will present themselves in unexpected ways. And before you know it, you will find yourself living the reality that you once only imagined. This, my dear friends, the power of acting as if you have what you want. It is not about fooling others or even fooling yourself. It is about aligning your entire being with the truth of your desires, recognizing that in the realm of spirit, they are already fulfilled. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Wayne, what if I have tried this and it hasn't worked? To this, I say, examine your practice closely. Are you truly living from the end, or are you merely wishing for it? Are you allowing doubt and disbelief to creep in, negating the work you've done in your imagination? Remember, the law is absolute. If you have truly assumed the state of your fulfilled desire, it must objectify itself in your world. Consider the biblical story of the prodigal son. When he returned home destitute and ashamed, his father did not see him as he appeared in that moment. Instead, the father saw his son as he truly was, all restored, worthy of celebration. The father acted from the state of his son's redemption, and in doing so, brought that reality into being. You, my friends, are called to do the same. Whatever your current circumstances may be, you have the power to act from the state of your fulfilled desire. And as you do so, you set in motion the forces that will bring that desire to manifestation. Let us now explore some practical ways to strengthen your ability to act as if you have what you want. The first and most powerful tool at your disposal is your nightly practice of revision and imaginal acts. As you lie in bed each night, instead of rehashing the events of the day or worrying about tomorrow, use this time to enter fully into the state of your fulfilled desire. Create a scene that implies the fulfillment of your wish. Make it as vivid and as real as possible. Engage all your senses. If you desire financial abundance, feel the crisp of bills in your hands. Smell the leather of your new wallet. Hear the sound of your voice as you discuss your successful investments with a friend. If you seek perfect health, feel the vitality coursing through your body, the ease of movement, the joy of engaging in physical activities without limitation. Repeat this scene over and over until it takes on the tones of reality. Fall asleep in this state, allowing your subconscious mind to work on materializing this reality while you slumber. As you do this night after night, you will find that your daytime thoughts and actions naturally align with this new state of being. Another powerful technique is the use of affirmative prayer. Unlike traditional prayer, which often takes the form of begging or beseeching a distant deity, affirmative prayer is a recognition and declaration of what is already true in spirit. When you pray in this way, you are not asking for something to be given to you, but acknowledging that you already possess it. For example, instead of saying, "God, please give me financial abundance," you might declare, "I am so grateful for the abundance that flows into my life effortlessly and continuously." Tell the truth of this statement as you speak it. Allow the feeling of gratitude and abundance to fill your entire being. This is not an exercise in positive thinking or self-deception. It is a cognition of the spiritual reality that underlies all manifestation. As you go about your day, be mindful of your inner conversations. The thoughts you think and the words you speak to yourself are powerful creators of your reality. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk or doubting the fulfillment of your desire, gently redirect your thoughts. Speak to yourself as you would if your desire were already fulfilled. If, for instance, you desire a successful career, you should be willing to refrain from thoughts like, "I'll never get that promotion," or "I'm not qualified for that position." Instead, allow your inner voice to reflect the reality you wish to experience. "I am so grateful for my fulfilling and successful career. My talents are recognized and rewarded. I contribute value to my organization and to the world." Remember, my friends, these are not empty affirmations. They are declarations of a spiritual reality that you are choosing to align yourself with. As you consistently think and speak from this place of fulfillment, you'll find your outer world beginning to reflect these inner truths. Now, I want to address a common concern that arises when discussing this principle. Many of you may be wondering, "But Wayne, if I act as if I have what I want, won't I become complacent? Won't I lose my motivation to take action in the physical world?" To this I say, fear not. When you truly assume the state of your fulfillment, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take whatever efforts are necessary to bring that desire into manifestation. These actions will not feel like hard work or struggle, but will flow effortlessly from your new state of being. Consider a man who desires to be a successful author. As he acts as if he has already achieved his goal, he may find himself eager to write, inspired with new ideas, motivated to learn out of the publishing industry. He is not forcing himself to take these actions out of a sense of lack or desperation, but is allowing them to arise naturally from his assumed state of being a successful author. This is the true power of acting as if you have what you want. It aligns your entire being, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions with the reality of your fulfilled desire. You are no longer pushing against the current of your circumstances, but flowing with the stream of your imagined reality. Let us now turn our attention to another aspect of this principle, the role of detachment. Many of you may find yourselves obsessing over your desires, constantly checking for signs of their manifestation, growing anxious on these means when things don't appear to be changing. This attachment to outcomes can actually hinder the manifestation of your desires. When you act as if you have what you want, you must also cultivate a sense of detachment from the physical manifestation of your desire. This may seem paradoxical, but it is a crucial aspect of the creative process. When you are overly attached to seeing your desire manifest in a particular way or within a specific time frame, you are actually affirming its absence in your current experience. Instead, as you assume the state of your fulfilled desire, allow yourself to rest in the knowing that it is already yours in the spiritual realm, cast in the perfect unfolding of the divine plan. Your role is not to manipulate the external world, but to maintain your alignment with state of fulfillment. This detachment does not mean indifference. Rather, it is a deep trust in the process, a willingness to allow your desire to manifest in ways that may surpass your current imagination. It is the recognition that the infinite intelligence that brings your desires into being may have plans far grander than what you have conceived. As you cultivate this attitude of detached expectancy, you free yourself from the anxiety and doubt that can sabotage your creative work. You allow the universe to orchestrate the perfect conditions for the manifestation of your desire without limiting it to your current understanding of what is possible. Now, my friends, I want to address another important aspect of acting as if you have what you want, the need for persistence. The transformation of your inner state is not always an instantaneous process. It requires consistent practice, unwavering faith, and a willingness to persist even in the face of contradictory evidence. Think of it as reprogramming your subconscious mind. For years, perhaps decades, you have been operating from a particular set of beliefs about yourself and your world. These beliefs have shaped your experiences and created the reality you currently inhabit. To change this reality, you must be willing to persist in your new assumption until it becomes your dominant state of consciousness. This persistence does not mean struggle or strain. It is not about forcing yourself to believe something against your will. Rather, it is about consistently choosing to dwell in the state of your fulfilled desire, regardless of what your senses may be telling you. If you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of thought or behavior, do not berate yourself. Simply notice it and gently guide your intent back to your desired state. Each time you do this, you are strengthening the neural pathways that support your new reality. Remember the words of Scripture, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This renewal is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. As you persistently act as if you have won, you are engaging in this transformative warline, reshaping your mind and thus your reality in alignment with your desires. Now let us explore the concept of living in the end. When I speak acting as if you have what you want, I am essentially urging you to live in the end, to experience now what you would experience if your desire were already fulfilled. This is not about projecting yourself into some future state, but about bringing that future state into your present moment experience. Imagine, if you will, that you are watching a play. The final scene reveals the hero triumphant, all conflicts resolved, all desires fulfilled. Now imagine that you could step into that final scene and live from that place of fulfillment. This is what it means to live in the end. When you live in the end, you are not concerned with the how or the when of your desire's manifestation. You are not anxious about the steps that may be necessary to reach your goal. Instead, you simply occupy the simple having already achieved it. This may require a radical shift in your perception of time. In the realm of spirit, where all creation takes place, there is no past or future, only the eternal now. When you truly grasp this truth, you understand that the fulfillment of your desire is not something to be attained in some distant future, but a reality to be accepted and lived from in this very moment. Living in the end also means aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with the reality of your fulfilled desire. If, for example, you desire a harmonious relationship, you would think, speak, and act as someone in such a relationship would. You would carry yourself with the confidence and joy of someone who is deeply loved and appreciated. You would make decisions from a place of partnership and mutual respect, even if your current circumstances appear to be otherwise. This alignment is not about pretending or putting on an act for others. It is about a genuine shift in your state of being. As you consistently live from this new state, you will find that your outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner experience. Now, my dear friends, I want to address a question that often arises when discussing this principle. What about the desires of others? What if my desire conflicts with someone else's? To this I say, do not concern yourself with the desires or actions of others. Each individual is an expression of the divine with their own path and their own creative power. Your task is not to manipulate or control others, but to assume the state of consciousness that aligns with your pure, filled desire. Remember, the outside world is a reflection of your inner state. As you change your concept of yourself and your reality, the people and circumstances in your life will adjust accordingly. This is not about imposing your will on others, but about aligning yourself with the reality in which your desire is fulfilled in a way that serves the highest good of all involved. Trust in the infinite intelligence that orchestrates the universe. It has the capacity to fulfill your desire in ways that you may not currently be able to imagine in perfect harmony with the free will of all beings. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. The practice of acting as if you have what you want is not about escaping or denying your current reality. It is about recognizing a deeper truth that your imagination is the creative power that shapes your world, and that by consciously directing this power, you can transform your life. This practice requires courage. It requires a willingness to see beyond the limitations of your current circumstances and to align yourself with a greater possibility. It requires faith, not in some external power, but in the divine creative principle that expresses itself through you. As you embark on this practice, you may encounter resistance, both from within yourself and from the world around you. Your old beliefs and habits may struggle against this new way of being. The people in your life may question or challenge your new perspective. Do not let this deter you. Remember, every great transformation begins with a shift in consciousness. By persistently acting as if you have what you want, you are participating in the highest form of creative action. You are aligning yourself with the very power that brings worlds into being. In closing, my dear friends, I urge you to take this principle and apply it in your lives. Choose a desire that burns within you, something that you long to experience or achieve. Then, with all the power of your imagination, step into the reality of that fulfilled desire. Feel it, live it, be it right here, right now. Act as if you have what you want, not as a mere psychological trick, but as a recognition of the creative power that is your thine birthright. Live from the end, persisting in your new state of consciousness until it becomes your dominant reality. Remember, the world you see around you is nothing more or less than your consciousness objectified. As you assume the state of your fulfilled desire, you set in motion the forces that will reshape your world to match your inner vision. Go forth from this place transformed, my friends. Act as if you have what you want, and watch in awe the universe moves to make it so. The power is within you. The time is now. Your desired reality awaits your presumption of it. Thank you, and may your imagination guide you to the fulfillment of your deepest desires. Greetings, my friends. Today, I stand before you to share a profound truth that has the power to transform your lives in the most extraordinary ways. This truth, my friends, is that mental peace is everything. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Mental peace. How can that be everything? Surely there are more important things in life like success, wealth, or even happiness. But let me assure you, my friends, that mental peace is the very foundation upon which all of those other things are built. You see, the world in which we live is a reflection of our own inner states. The circumstances we find ourselves in, the relationships we form, the challenges we face, all of these are a direct result of the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that we harbor within our own consciousness. And so, if we truly desire to create the lives that we want, lives of a fulfillment and true happiness, then we must begin by cultivating a deep sense of mental peace within ourselves. Because it is only from that place of inner calm and clarity that we can access the limitless power of our own minds and use it to shape our reality in the most profound and meaningful ways. Now, I know that for many of you, the idea of achieving mental peace might seem like an impossible feat. After all, we live in a world that is constantly bombarding us with distractions, stresses, and demands on our time and attention. It can be all too easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of worry, anxiety, and stress that seems to pervade our everyday lives. But I'm here to tell you, my friends, that mental peace is not only possible, but it is our birthright, our natural state of being. It is the essence of who we truly are beyond the limited confines of our own ego-driven minds. And the key to accessing this profound state of being lies in the power of our own imagination, the very same faculty that allows us to conceive of and create the lives we desire. You see, when we learn to consciously direct our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs in alignment with our highest visions and aspirations, we begin to unlock the true magic of the universe. Because the truth is, my friends, that our thoughts and beliefs are not just abstract concepts that float around in our minds. They are the very building blocks of our reality. Every single thing that we experience in our lives, from the mundane to the miraculous, is a direct reflection of the inner landscape of our consciousness. And so when we cultivate a deep sense of mental peace, when we learn to let go of the constant barrage of thoughts and worries that so often plague our minds, and instead focus on aligning ourselves with the highest, most expansive version of ourselves, that is when the true magic begins to unfold. We start to see our circumstances shift in profound and unexpected ways. Opportunities that were once hidden from our view suddenly become apparent. Doors begin to open, and we find ourselves navigating the terrain of our lives with a newfound sense of grace, ease, and effortlessness. And why is this, you might ask? Because, my friends, when we are in a state of mental peace, we are tapping into the very source of all creation, the infinite well of pure potentiality that underlies all of existence. We are aligning ourselves with the fundamental laws of the universe and allowing the boundless abundance and possibility that already exists within us to manifest in our lives. Now, I know that this might all sound a bit abstract or even mystical, but I can assure you that it is a very real, tangible, and accessible truth. All of us have the capacity to cultivate this profound state of mental peace within ourselves. It is not something that is reserved for a select few, but rather it is the birthright of every single human being on this planet. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't require any special skills or talent. All it requires is a willingness to let go of the limiting beliefs and thought patterns that have been holding us back and to embrace the inherent power and potential that lies within us. Because you see, my friends, when we are in a state of mental peace, we are no longer at the mercy of the external circumstances of our lives. We are no longer tossed about by the endless waves of worry, anxiety, and stress that so often threaten to overwhelm us. Instead, we become the masters of our own destinies, the architects of our own reality. We are able to tap into the infinite well of creativity and possibility that resides within us, and use it to shape our lives in the most profound and meaningful ways. We can manifest our deepest desires, heal our deepest wounds, and create the kind of life that we have always dreamed of. Life of abundance, fulfillment, and true happiness. And the best part is, my friends, that this is not some abstract, distant goal that we have to strive for. It is something that is available to us in the here and now. All we have to do is make the decision to let go of the fear, the doubt, and the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back, and to embrace the power and potential of our minds. Because, you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are the creators of them. And when we learn to harness the power of our own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and align them with our highest visions and aspirations, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Now, I know that for some of you, this might all sound a bit too good to be true. After all, we live in a world that is often dominated by the narrative of scarcity, lack, and limitation. We are constantly bombarded with messages that tell us that we are not enough, that we need to work harder, be better, or acquire more in order to be truly happy and fulfilled. But I'm here to tell you, my friends, that this is all a lie. The truth is that we already possess everything we need to create the life of our dreams. All we have to do is tap into the power of our own minds and learn to wield that power with intention, focus, and unwavering belief. Because, you see, when we are in a state of mental peace, we are no longer at the mercy of the endless cycle of worry, anxiety, and stress that so often plagues us. Instead, we become the masters of our own destinies, the architects of our own reality. We are able to tap into the infinite well of creativity and possibility that resides within us and use it to shape our lives in the most profound and meaningful ways. We can manifest our deepest desires, heal our deepest wounds, and create the kind of life that we've always dreamed of, a life of abundance, fulfillment, and true happiness. And the best part is, my friends, that this is not some abstract, distant goal that we have to strive for. It is something that is available to us in the here and now. All we have to do is make the decision to let go of the fear, the doubt, and the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back, and to embrace the power and potential of our own minds. Because, you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are the creators of them. And when we learn to harness the power of our own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and align them with our highest visions and aspirations, there's no limit to what we can achieve. Now, I know that this might all sound a bit overwhelming or even a little too good to be true. After all, we live in a world that is often dominated by the narrative of scarcity, lack, and limitation. We are constantly bombarded with messages that tell us that we are not enough, that we need to work harder, be better, or acquire more, and would be truly happy and fulfilled. But I'm here to tell you, my friends, that this is all a lie. The truth is that we already possess everything we need to create the life of our dreams. All we have to do is tap into the power of our own minds and learn to wield that power with intention, focus, and unwavering belief. Because, you see, when we are in a state of mental peace, we are no longer at the mercy of the endless cycle of worry, anxiety, and stress that so often plagues us. Instead, we become the masters of our own destinies. We are able to tap into the infinite well of creativity and possibility that resides within us and use it to shape our lives in the most profound and meaningful ways. We can manifest our deepest desires, heal our deepest wounds, and create the kind of life that we have always dreamed of. A life of abundance, fulfillment, and true happiness. And the best part is, my friends, that this is not some abstract, distant goal that we have to strive for. It is something that is available to us in the here and now. All we have to do is make the decision to let go of the fear, the doubt, and the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back, and to embrace the power and potential of our own minds. Because, you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives, we are the creators of them. And when we learn to harness the power of our own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and align them with our highest visions and aspirations, there's no limit to what we can achieve. You see, my friends, the key to unlocking this profound state of mental peace lies in the power of our imagination. It is through our imaginative faculty that we are able to conceive of and create the lives we truly desire. When we learn to consciously direct our thoughts and visualizations towards the fulfillment of our deepest dreams and longings, we tap into the very fabric of reality itself. Imagine for a moment the person you most want to be, the one who is living a life of abundance, fulfillment, and true joy. Picture them in vivid detail, the way they carry themselves, the light in their eyes, the radiance that emanates from their very being. Feed the emotions that arise within you as you imagine this version of yourself, this ideal that you wish to embody. Now, I want you to know that this is not just a fanciful exercise, my friends. This is the key to unlocking the power of your own mind and aligning it with the infinite potential that lies within you. When you take the time to consciously and consistently imagine yourself living your ideal life, you're sending a powerful message to your subconscious mind, a message that says, this is who I am, and this is the life I'm creating for myself. And as you continue to hold this vision, to nurture it and feed it with the energy of your focus and belief, something truly remarkable begins to happen. The circumstances of your life start to shift and align in ways that you never could have predicted. Opportunities that were once hidden from your view suddenly become apparent, and doors begin to open that you never even knew existed. This, my friends, is the power of mental peace in action. When we learn to quiet the constant chatter of our minds and instead focus on the vision of the life we truly desire, we are tapping into the very essence of creation itself. We are aligning ourselves with the fundamental laws of the universe and allowing the boundless abundance and possibility that exists within us to manifest in our lives. But make no mistake, my friends, this is not some passive or effortless process. It requires discipline, focus, and a deep commitment to our own personal growth and transformation. It means letting go of the limiting beliefs and thought patterns that have been holding us back and embracing the inherent power and potential that lies within us. It means cultivating a daily practice of meditation, visualization, and affirmation, a practice that allows us to quiet the noise of the external world and instead turn our attention inward towards the infinite well of creativity and possibility that resides within our own consciousness. And as we do this, as we commit ourselves to this journey of inner exploration and self-discovery, something remarkable begins to happen. We start to see the world around us in a whole new light. We become less reactive to the ups and downs of our circumstances, and instead we develop a deep sense of inner calm and equanimity that allows us to navigate the terrain of our lives with grace, ease, and effortlessness. We begin to recognize that the external world is simply a reflection of our own inner states, that the people, places, and events that we encounter are all mirrors reflecting back to us the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that we hold within ourselves. And as we learn to consciously shape and direct those internal states, we start to see our outer reality shift and transform in ways that are truly awe-inspiring. This, my friends, is the power of mental peace in action. It is the key to unlocking the true magic and potential that lies within each and every one of us. And when we learn to harness this power, when we learn to consciously direct our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions towards the fulfillment of our highest visions and aspirations, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Because you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are the creators of them. And when we embrace the inherent power and potential of our own minds, when we learn to quiet the constant chatter of our thoughts and instead focus on the vision of the life we truly desire, we tap into the very source of all creation. We become the architects of our own reality, the masters of our own destinies. And as we do this, as we commit ourselves to this journey of inner exploration and self-discovery, we begin to see the world around us transform in ways that are truly miraculous. Doors open, opportunities arise, and the once insurmountable obstacles that once stood in our way suddenly become navigable, even effortless. And all of this, my friends, is the result of the profound power of mental peace, the power to shape our reality, to manifest our deepest desires, and to create the kind of life that we have always dreamed of. But make no mistake, this is not a process that happens overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep commitment to our own personal growth and transformation. It means letting go of the old, limiting patterns of thought and behavior that have been holding us back, and embracing the inherent power and potential that lies within us. And as we do this, as we commit ourselves to this journey of inner exploration and self-discovery, we begin to see the world around us in a whole new light. We become less reactive to the ups and downs of our circumstances, and instead we develop a deep sense of inner calm and equanimity that allows us to navigate the terrain of our lives with grace, ease, and effortlessness. We start to recognize that the external world is simply a reflection of our own inner states, that the people, places, and events that we encounter are all mirrors reflecting back to us the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that we hold within ourselves. And as we learn to consciously shape and direct those internal states, we start to see our outer reality shift and transform in ways that are truly awe-inspiring. This, my friends, is the power of mental peace in action. It is the key to unlocking the true magic and potential that lies within each and every one of us. And when we learn to harness this power, when we learn to consciously direct our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions towards the fulfillment of our highest visions and aspirations, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Because you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are the creators of them. And when we embrace the inherent power and potential of our own minds, when we learn to quiet the constant chatter of our thoughts and instead focus on the vision of the life we truly desire, we tap into the very source of all creation. We become the architects of our own reality, the masters of our own destinies. And as we do this, as we commit ourselves to this journey of inner exploration and self-discovery, we begin to see the world around us transform in ways that are truly miraculous. Doors open, opportunities arise, and the once insurmountable obstacles that once stood in our way suddenly become navigable, even effortless. And all of this, my friends, is the result of the profound power of mental peace. The power to shape our reality, to manifest our deepest desires, and to create the kind of life that we have always dreamed of. But make no mistake, this is not a process that happens overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep commitment to our own personal growth and transformation. It means letting go of the old, limiting patterns of thought and behavior that have been holding us back, and embracing the inherent power and potential that lies within us. And as we do this, as we commit ourselves to this journey of inner exploration and self-discovery, we begin to see the world around us in a whole new light. We become less reactive to the ups and downs of our circumstances, and instead we develop a deep sense of inner calm and equanimity that allows us to navigate the terrain of our lives with grace, ease, and effortlessness. We start to recognize that the external world is simply a reflection of our own inner states, that the people, places, and events that we encounter are all mirrors reflecting back to us the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that we hold within ourselves. And as we learn to consciously shape and direct those internal states, we start to see our outer reality shift and transform in ways that are truly awe-inspiring. This, my friends, is the power of mental peace and action. It is the key to unlocking the true magic and potential that lies within each and every one of us. And when we learn to harness this power, when we learn to consciously direct our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions towards the fulfillment of our highest visions and aspirations, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Because, you see, the truth is that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are the creators of them. And when we embrace the inherent power and potential of our own minds, when we learn to quiet the constant chatter of our thoughts and instead focus on the vision of the life we truly desire, we tap into the very source of all creation.